Got the 4th of July cut coming through. So you just gonna hang out with the family today?
Yeah.
Kick back?
Yeah, just relax with the family.
Grill some, would you say you had some Greek meatballs?
Yeah, I was gonna make some Greek meatballs. I'm thinking about it.
So what makes a Greek meatball different than a regular meatball?
Because you put garlic, onion, cilantro, tomato, homemade bread. But you could get breadcrumbs. The sauce, actually.
Oh, really?
It's like a marinara sauce, but it's homemade. It takes a little time. But you could always get, the sauce from the store. Mm-hmm. But it's not the same, man. If you're gonna make it the real way, but it is time consuming.
How long have you always been cooking, or is it just something you picked up
No,
recently?
I've cooked, yeah.
Yeah?
I've been cooking for a long time, Johnny, but off and on,
Yeah.
And
That's cool.
and my wife too, she cooks.
Because what do you guys mainly eat in like your household? Because you're of Greek descent, right?
Yeah, well, I eat like Greek chicken, gyros. You know the gyros?
Yeah.
They call them gyros, but they're gyros.
Gyros. I remember pretty recently we went to New York, and I wanted a gyro, and I went to a restaurant or a little stand, and I was kind of embarrassed to pronounce it, to be honest, because I didn't. Because everybody that I know, they say gyro, right? Because it's how it's spelled,
for sure,
but
brother.
it's a gyro. So I was like, can I get I said it right the first time, and then I got embarrassed. I was like, can I get a gyro? They're like, yeah.
It happens, brother.
Yeah.
But it's on the spits, the meat.
Yeah.
It's like you know how Latinos or like Mexicans, they have the meat on the spits. The turning spits.
Like the gosh darn it, my brain is not working right now.
The carnitas or pastor, no?
Pastor, there you go. Golly, I shouldn't have taken that long.
But they do the same thing with carnitas or no? Or chicken. They do it with chicken too, right?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not super sure. I don't cook or grill too much, so I'm not really like a big food guy. I like to eat, but
Right.
as far as cooking and stuff, I'm actually like afraid of cooking.
Kind of simple, huh?
You know what? I don't want to give people like food poisoning. That's my biggest fear. Especially like I can grill a little bit. I could do like meat, steak, burgers. You know what I mean? But as far as like
the basics, right?
Like chicken always scares me because I'm just super paranoid about getting like salmonella or
No, of course, man. You got to cook chicken pretty well,
Yeah.
And then pork too, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I don't eat a lot of pork, brother.
Yeah, me neither.
But when I do, I enjoy it,
Yeah, I feel you.
I like more like carne, I like asada. I like chicken.
Yes, sir.
What else? I like seafood, like. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful day today, like the weather is nice. It's gonna heat up. They're saying it's gonna heat up.
You know what? Summer came through late this year, which is I'm not too mad about it, but it's nice to have the sun out because the last few months, man, it's just been a lot of gloominess and
like
kind of hard to wake up
too.
in the mornings, to be honest.
Humidity, huh?
Yeah.
Humid and.
But we're here, man. We're out here.
We're blessed, man, with the weather here in California, though.
Absolutely. We get to celebrate, kick it. I have to go to work tomorrow, though. Not too happy about that.
Me too, brother. I was gonna call it. I was gonna have the day off, but I mean, there's no purpose. Just finish off the week,
Yeah, we'll be able to make it, right? Just go in tomorrow, suffer for a little bit,
and then have the weekend,
Just have the weekend, and you get paid.
Exactly, brother.
That's cool. Do you guys do anything special for the 4th of July? Do you go somewhere?
You know what? We haven't.
No.
Like we haven't for a while. But no, we usually just hang out at my wife's parents' home and just kind of keep it simple, man.
Yeah.
Have food, relax, and enjoy the company.
Yeah.
Enjoy each other's company and just watch the fireworks and.
That's what I'm looking for.
Relax.
That's what I'm looking forward to because the last few years, all my friends, we started having like babies around the same time.
Right.
So now it's our families get together, and he cooks, he grills and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that, and all the families and all the kids hanging out and playing together. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, good time. Do you want to keep the beard as high as we can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure, brother. Just with the blade. Just with the blade.
Okay. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit.
Thank you, brother.
So yeah, man, I'm just looking forward to that today, and good times, enjoy it, and
Spend time with your family, you know?
oh yeah.
You have to, man. You need that time.
It's crazy though because you know, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on fireworks because I kind of think they're a waste of money. At least the legal ones, you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna BS you, man. They're kind of, it is a waste of money, you know?
Yeah.
It is kind of like a waste of money.
You know, but I've always looked forward to this, like when I would have my own kids to like buy them fireworks and stuff, and
Yeah, for sure.
you know, it's crazy because like I usually get like the little ones that you could like throw in the air or whatever, or you know, manipulate kind of.
Yeah, for sure,
But
brother.
this one, like, I had a budget. I was like, hey, I'm not going over $60 because if you spend over $60 on those,
You know
on
there's
the
a problem,
on
you know?
the legal ones, it's kind of like you don't get your money's worth, right?
And then back in the day, it was different, though, you know?
Oh yeah,
Like the fireworks were better, the prices were a little better.
they were better, right? Like when do you think that started, like
Oh,
tapering
probably, like-
off? And people
probably in
started
the-
blowing off their fingers or what?
Yeah, probably like late 90s, brother, early 2000s.
I
A lot more, you know?
I know they're probably not like the same construction like they used to be, right? Like the fireworks. But I remember back in the day when I was growing up, you could get the piccolo Pete's, smash the end, and then put them inside like a 2-liter bottle, and it makes like a pretty big explosion.
Yeah, see, that's kind of cool, though, man. But
I honestly think you can't even do that these days with like, they probably took away like the gunpowder or whatever they use.
you know what? I think you're right, Johnny, yeah. Because they kind of banned that, didn't they?
Yeah, well,
Because it was too much of an explosion, wasn't it?
there's too many people being too crazy.
Yeah,
What, that's what it is.
Yeah, something like that, man. I remember hearing something about that.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
I'm surprised you brought that up, dude, because I remember hearing about that like a while back.
What did you grow up blowing up fireworks and stuff like that?
No, yeah? I did, but not a lot, you know?
No. Mm. It was my favorite time of year. Well, it kind of still is. It gets, you know, it changes as you get older, though, right? You don't
Exactly.
kind of look forward. Like Christmas used to be a big deal.
More for the kids,
Yeah,
and, you
now
know,
it's all for the kids. But
just to have a little entertainment, you know? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
4th of July, man.
I used to love like this time of year because my birthday's in a couple weeks. So every year is like summer was.
Like where it's
It
at,
used to
huh?
crack, man. It was like, oh, it used to.
And then your birthday coming up soon.
And now it's
so-
like, all right, slow down. I had enough of these. No, it's cool, man. I'm excited for today, and
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's what it's about, you know?
yeah,
Make sure you enjoy your day and, you know, Independence Day. It's kind of cool, brother.
it's about America, dog.
Right?
The British couldn't tell us what to do, dog. We ran this mug.
Yeah, you're
No
right.
taxation without representation.
That's true, dude.
Yeah.
They were trying to get us, huh?
They were trying to tell us what to do, and they didn't even live here. It's pretty interesting. Do you kind of know a little bit of the history of like, you know, the events that took place for the 4th of
I do,
July?
brother.
Yeah.
It's just like,
What do you know,
well,
or what do you remember?
a lot of propaganda, you know? But, you know, I'll keep it kind of simple, brother. I mean, there was like, there was too much going on, like at that time,
Yeah.
to kind of like pinpoint. But, I mean, it is what it is, brother. I mean, they were trying to keep our independence, you know? But
Yeah.
foundations are kind of cool sometimes, man, when you're trying to build them.
Your foundation? Yeah.
Yeah, no, just independence, you know, like
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
itself, man. I mean, the way things propagated, man.
Do you think it's wild that in 2023 we're celebrating like the freedom of an oppressive government, and we still live in that?
See, that's what I'm trying to get to, man. But you know, I mean, it is history, brother. It's just
Listen,
wrong or right. I mean,
it is what it is, but
it's like, yeah, right. I think one day, all these histories. I think, you know, will slowly go away, man.
Like our history?
Yeah, I mean,
do you think they'll be changed?
I mean, it won't completely go away, but it'll be kind of quiet, you know. I mean, as time goes by, dude, there's gonna be new things and like new histories, you know. But you know, I mean, it's never gonna go away. But
what do you think about like people changing like the interpretations of the holidays and stuff like that? Like, do you think that's gonna happen to the 4th of July?
Possibly.
You think so?
I mean, a lot of things are changing, but
I mean, because like
I mean,
a lot
for
of
the
people,
better, though, you know.
Yeah. Like, if we had to take a guess, right, and we were to survey like the entire United States, what percentage do you think actually knows kind of like a little bit of the history of what we're celebrating today? And what percentage do you think? Just take a wild guess. We're in fantasy land, right? What percentage do you think has no idea what 4th of July means?
I would probably say like 40%, brother.
40%?
Probably, dude.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
I mean, that's just my opinion and what I think.
Of
but
course,
you know,
of course.
Statistically, I'm not 100% sure, but maybe within that range, brother.
How active are you on like social media?
Not too active.
Not too active.
But I love social studies, brother.
The reason I bring it up though is because there's some like videos where there's people on the streets. Let's say they're at like Huntington Beach, right?
Right.
This dude has a mic, and he's recording off his like iPhone, and he's interviewing people, and he's asking them questions. It's like, who's the president of the United States?
Right.
And they'll say like a governor's name, or they'll say like a mayor's name, but it's like, man, these people don't even like know.
Like know they're a mayor and.
Don't even know the president, you know, the sitting president.
Maybe they stay out of politics, man, and like maybe they want to be involved, but they're not educated, I guess. Yeah.
I agree. I think it's kind of like information that they might not deem valuable, so they don't know any of it.
Right.
Because you're right, like a lot of people tend to stay out of politics, like me being one of them too.
Yeah, same here, brother.
That has nothing to do with not knowing like any of like.
I mean,
what's going on around you.
It's kind of sad, brother, because you don't want to really be involved in politics. But I mean, we live in a world where you kind of have to be aware and kind of like understand what's going on. But like, you're not gonna 100% give all your time, dude.
Oh no. That's
trying to figure out how Congress and judicial powers work, and
that's a full. That's the thing. It's a full-time job in itself to kind of know that stuff.
Yeah, of course.
But also, it changes, and there's all kinds of like, you know, shakeouts as far as like it should be this, but it's not really this.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You know, our government says they do this, but
the rhetoric stays the same, right?
Yeah, I'm not super like, you know, the government's evil or anything, but it's like it's just human. It's just human, like nature, I guess, right? Because there's always going to be people in every trying to take advantage of whatever situation they're in.
Mm-hmm. Of course, man. You got it, brother. I mean,
and it's our job to do like what we do, right? Like,
and that's funny. Like it's not even United States, really. Like it's I mean, all over the place, you know? Different governments, but over here, it's like, we're kind of blessed, but cursed at the same time, man.
You think so? Why do you say that? That's a good statement. We're blessed and cursed at the same time.
You gotta take the good with the bad, man, but, you know, just life, man.
In your opinion, what have you seen? What would make you say
how authorities and power works? You know, with the United States. You know, and it's just what it is, brother. I
like that statement that you just said, though, because it's true.
It's either you go against the grain or you you know, you
Right.
join them.
Because like
You
in
know,
how
we're
many
all-
of these occupations, let's say like doctors, police officers, security, whatever, anybody who gets in like a public service to help, the public, and at some point down the line they kind of just start, using their authority for themselves.
Exactly.
Like,
Like,
did you ever
once they have a little power, it's either use it for good or they use it for bad, brother.
I think power exposes the heart, dude. Honestly,
Well, yeah.
I think like when
absolutely
people
agree,
say, "Oh,
man.
money changed you," I think it's like money exposed what
Right.
was really going on in there. You know what I mean?
Dude, money and power,
Oh man,
now that's crucial, brother.
sheesh.
But I mean, there's some good people, brother, that have money and
Yeah.
follow,
Oh, yeah.
follow the law, the laws and stuff. But sometimes you just can't justify. You can't justify that division, man. Like
Yeah.
with good and bad. I mean, it's part of life. It's just what direction and what path are you gonna take?
Yeah.
Like if you had power, what would you do with it? I would try to do something good with it.
There's a lot of factors, but I think like objectively though, it's kind of hard to distinguish, right? Because one, let's just say like we don't know the factor of the person that's taking advantage of their power.
Yeah.
Like how they grew up, what was their like,
background.
Yeah, their background. Not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm saying like there's a lot more than meets the eye.
Their
when there's-
education, their culture.
Yeah.
How they grew up in society and family.
Definitely, man.
What is it? Family values, right?
Family values. Yeah, I'm 4th of July, man.
I know, brother. But God bless, brother.
Oh, absolutely. We're just blessed, man, that we have we're able to do this, right?
Yeah, of course, man.
Take the good with the bad. You always tell me
that's it, brother. I mean,
what else can you do, really?
yeah, it's existence,
Yeah. There's always going to be a fight, struggle.
You can't be a pessimist freaking 24/7, right? You gotta have some kind of hope or
They're out
optimism a
there,
little,
man.
brother.
It trips me out because, like, I think about, I know what my hope is, right? Like, we've had this conversation before.
Right,
like,
of course.
But, like, there's a lot of people who don't have anything. It's like, man, how do you get through this life?
They abandon their truth or a truth, or the truth,
The truth.
whatever path that, they create for themselves. I mean,
Life's what they make it, I guess.
yeah, life is what you make of it. If you want more of it, then you're gonna have to, you're gonna push yourself and motivate yourself, man, to find that, that belief or destination, brother.
Yeah.
There's a purpose for everyone,
I think so.
but you gotta kind of
But you gotta find it, though,
your way.
right?
Yeah, you gotta find your way, man.
It's so hard to do. I mean, that's kind of like the situation with like kids going to college, right? Is like a lot of them just go to college. Not saying it's bad or wrong. I'm just saying
But some
it
of
is
them
what it
waste
is.
their time.
Some of them waste their time, maybe
waste money. Just they're not sure. They're not 100% sure.
because we've been told that it's like that's the pathway to be successful.
The right thing to do.
The only pathway, right? Or the quote unquote guaranteed, tried and true. But
It's been planted in our brains that way, or
Yeah.
been programmed.
whole program, just talked about all the time, or
Right.
it's a lot of different things.
Well, what I meant about programmed is like since you start school when you're young, man, you're kind of programmed into a system,
Oh yeah,
Like, I mean, you have to follow it. It's part of the society here.
isn't that
And
wild?
Pretty much everywhere, but it's a system that we got to follow to kind of succeed in life,
Yeah,
You need the college, universities, I mean, how else are you going to find success or your goals in life?
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of have to do things
Did
accordingly.
you ever feel like in your life that you needed a college degree?
At a time, yeah.
Yeah?
Actually, I did, brother. I mean, especially for like I wanted to go to school for pharmaceuticals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and music. Obviously, I took a class for 6 months at Pasadena City College
Oh, okay.
for music. But I mean, I needed to start work. You know, like my dad passed, and my mom needed help, and
Yeah.
I should have stayed in school, but like I wasn't thinking about that at the moment, man. I was kind of like,
Survival mode?
yeah, that's it, brother. Like, I know a lot of people will think, well, you could have stayed in school, done this, done that, but it's like when you're in the heat of the moment, man, like when things like become a struggle, brother, become real, it's like, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
What's that Mike Tyson quote? Everybody has a game plan till they get socked in the mouth. It's like,
That's funny, brother.
I'm gonna do this,
Mike
I'm gonna
Tyson.
do that, but when the real life situation happens, it's like you don't know what you're gonna do.
I didn't even know he said that, man, but that's true, man. I mean, you know, we all have struggles, and you know, you can't compare your shoes to mine, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
yeah.
everyone has their struggles in life, man, and
Right.
I don't think it's a competition type of thing, or you know, you can't compare people's lives, dude. It's not a comparison. It's just everyone has a story, and everyone's been through a lot, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
So, and you got to respect that.
Everybody has their own story, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
It's life, man. It's like you get your ups and downs, you know? It's not always peaches and cream, dude. I mean, I wish in a perfect world, but like,
It'd be
you know,
nice.
I mean,
It'd be nice not to struggle for a lot of things. You know?
yeah.
But that's what makes the person, right? Good, hard times.
Yeah, experience, brother. You got to go through.
That's what gives you
The
the merit,
experience.
the grit, the fortitude to keep going.
Right? And experience is like the best teacher of all sometimes, man.
Failure.
Yeah.
I mean, how many things have you
Oh,
started?
I felt, I had a lot of failures, man.
Sometimes I think about like the things that I wanted to be when I was younger. Like the very first like career choice that was on my mind in like middle school, high school. So I wanted to teach history.
Oh, there you go, brother.
And then, later on down the line, I was able to work at like after school programs and volunteer with like youth.
Of course,
dude,
so you could help, you know?
Yeah, and I was like, nah, I do not want to teach kids all day. It's not for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you get older and you change. Like, you know, I mean, things happen in life and it kind of redirects you to where you want to be, you know?
Oh yeah, you get to experience different things too, you know? It's like,
You didn't think you wanted to be a barber, man, when you were thinking about being a history teacher.
oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, you go with life and it kind of brings you the waves, you know?
Yeah,
You kind of go with the waters.
directs you.
Yeah.
As long as I don't know. I mean, for like me and my kids, I would never push something on them unless
Right.
they have like an ability towards it, you know what I mean? But as long as, like, I always have this conversation with my wife. It's like, I wouldn't want to like force college upon the kids. I want to, if they can find something that they like to do that can make money, like.
Without
by all
college,
means.
then it's
yeah,
up to them. Yeah.
by all means.
It's their choice, you know?
Yeah.
They should have that volition, man, like for themselves. But if they want to do something and it kind of consists of college, then, you know, they have to go to college.
Yeah, yeah.
But, you know, it's up to
yeah,
them.
that's what I mean. If there's a prerequisite, obviously you can't be a doctor going to Pasadena City College only. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you, brother. I mean, you can learn a lot from there,
Oh,
but it's
yeah,
only
for
a city
sure.
college. You need to further your education if you're going to be a doctor.
Yeah. But I'm
Especially like,
saying
you know,
if,
like a
if you're
surgeon
going to be
or-
like a YouTube creator or something,
Right.
there's kind of no need for it.
No, but some people have goals to do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that's what they like and that's what they want to do. And I don't think you should prejudge. They should have the freedom to choose, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like they should have like the freedom to choose what they want to do when they're at a certain age and kind of like support them. But, you know,
I agree.
hopefully they build something because life's not easy, you know?
Oh, no.
It's like, but they should keep their dreams alive and do what they, you know, what they dream about, man.
Yeah. So you wanted to be what did you want
A
to be?
pharmacist. you know?
Pharmacist?
I was always interested in medicine, man, and science. I like science a lot.
Really? What sparked that interest? Do you remember?
Oh, when I was like maybe 15, I started reading this science book about the Big Bang and all that, and I was like, no, there's no way, man. God created all this, no? And then, you know, I was reading and reading, and I was like, you know what? Religion and science can probably coexist, you know? In a perfect world, I guess, but coexistence, man. I mean, you got to have your science and religion, you know, because...
I heard somebody say science is the explanation for...
Well, it might be,
you know
but,
I mean?
but your explanation, becomes closer if you come closer to God.
I think so.
You know, I mean...
I think it... You know, how do you say? Doesn't prove, because I think like the existence of these things already is proof, but I think it gives you a better understanding.
Naturalism, brother.
Naturalism.
Science, you know, like it kind of shows you the growth.
Yeah.
The growth of humanity in life.
It can, right? And then people can still like make science their religion. A lot of people do.
You know, I mean, you see it all around you, evolution.
Yeah.
But then again, you see the evolution of religion too, because think about it, man. Like in the scriptures, you know, like I mean, the scriptures always stay the same, but people's faith sometimes like evolves, you know.
That's the thing that I like about
you know?
like about scripture in particular, is like, you know, for the Bible, for instance, it says that God's word never changes. He was the same yesterday, today, and forevermore.
Exactly.
But the things that you're saying is like things around it change, but God's word is eternal, right?
Yeah, of course,
like,
man. You got it, brother. Yeah.
I find that fascinating. Like, golly.
You made it. You clarified everything pretty well, brother.
I'm just going off of what you're saying, brother. You're the one dropping knowledge over here.
Well, I personally think that science is a beautiful thing, brother, and I think religion is good too if people can guide themselves, you know, to God, you know, or faith,
right.
You know, whatever they could feel good about, because the scriptures are there, man, and they're great. But then again, you know, some people, you know, they could be kind and get used, kind of.
That's, you know, the like, human capacity, right?
Yeah,
in all those.
Right. I mean, just it's natural, man.
Because human beings have the capability of helping people out in times of need, and also taking advantage of people in times of need, right?
You got it, dude.
Both of it.
So you got to kind of like, you know, balance it out, man. You know what's good and you know what's wrong, you know?
For the most part, right?
Yeah. I mean, every day you learn something. And sometimes you don't know if it's wrong or right, but you learn. Like you play with fire, you know, it's going to burn you, dude. You play with fire, you're going to know not to do it again, right?
There's some things that are like that, right? You know that they're not good for you, they're not going to benefit you, but you still kind of mess around with it. And then
but those are the consequences, and there's consequences.
That's the fortitude, right? And then you could either let that, you know, drown you, or you can let that build you into what needs to be there in order to float, you know, for using that.
Awesome, brother. I like that.
That's cool, man.
Life's not simple, brother. No one ever said it was gonna be simple, you know? It's just you gotta follow your faith and your destination, man. You know, sometimes we're destined for nothing.
That's the thing, though, is like we want it to be so simple all the time.
And it's not, right?
Especially in like this day and age, like you have everything that's supposed to like simplify your life, but you know, it kind of makes it more complicated sometimes.
It's like it should be simple, but it's not. In a great digital world, man. Dude, I wouldn't think in the 80s, like where things are today, would be possible, dude.
Really? What was
I mean,
like
think
the
about
most,
it, brother.
what was like
that's
the most advanced thing that you thought back then?
well, back then it was probably freaking cable TV,
Really?
fiber optics, man.
Oh, shoot.
Computers, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Carrying, like, you know, transmitting information.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, I used to trip out on fiber optics, man. How this little hair, tiny hair type of thing, fiber, can transfer or transmit so much information, dude. I was like, what?
You can send.
I mean, especially
you
for
can
back then.
send things over the airwaves.
Dude, that is just insane, man.
That's wild.
So that's one of the things I used to like kind of trip out on back in the day.
Oh, that's sick.
1996.
96?
Yeah, back maybe like in 96, yeah, I used to think about it a lot more.
See, in 96, I was 5 years old.
96, I was 21.
Really? What year did you graduate high school?
94.
94? Dang. What was like, do you remember what was going through your mind as soon as you graduated? I just got to work?
Dude, yeah, time to work, you know? Actually, I was working at the time. Did I tell you, like, my first job was at Subway's?
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what, 17? And I landed a job there. I mean, my actual job, like a real job, I considered it a real job because I needed money to help my mom too, dude. So I was kind of proud of myself, like, you know, school and work, but then it became school. I mean, it became work. You know, just work. And then that's when I went to PCC for 6 months, and then I was like, you know, like
maybe the same thing.
I gotta really step up, and I had to find another job. You know, hop around, like, cause my dad was like the one with all the bread coming in, you know. And like my mom took care of us. And he passed away, and it was kind of, we had to figure it out, brother. And my brothers were helping, but you know, it was never enough. Like, you know, because everyone had, you know, their own thing and bills to pay and
life.
Yeah, life. That's it, brother. Period. But you know, it happens, brother. I mean.
But you're here now. We made it through.
And that's what matters. You
now
gotta figure things. You gotta figure things out in life sometimes, and you know that's what it was. And
that's awesome, man. I'm glad to see you here.
I know. I'm glad to see me here too, brother.
I'm
glad to see us here. You know, like all of us. Like,
look at us.
We're not alone, brother. There's a million.
Everybody has a story, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone has their ups and downs, man. And much respect to those people that pull through, because stuff like that could really kind of make you or break you, brother.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, I've seen a lot of people go down the right tracks and wrong tracks, but you know, just man, I just give thanks, man. And, you know, we pull through.
We keep it pushing.
So, for sure, brother.
Thanks for coming on, brother.
No, for sure, Johnny. Thank you, brother.